If you have to stop in a tunnel due to congestion, what is the minimum gap you should leave between your vehicle and the one in front? Option A, 2 meters, it means 6 feet 6 inches. Option B, 3 meters, it means 9 feet 9 inches. Option C, 5 meters, it means 16 feet 5 inches. Option D, 10 meters, it means 32 feet 10 inches. The correct answer is 5 meters, it means 16 feet 5 inches. Explanation: when stopping in a tunnel, it's essential to maintain a safe distance from the vehicle in front to prevent collisions and allow for safe maneuvering. The UK Highway Code recommends leaving at least a 5-meter gap between your vehicle and the one ahead when stationary in a tunnel. Rule reference: Rule 126. This recommendation is part of Rule 126 in the UK Highway Code, which covers safe stopping distances, including specific guidance for tunnels. After a collision, what additional action must you take if someone is injured and you haven't exchanged details at the scene? Option A, report the incident to your insurance company within 24 hours. Option B, report the collision to the police as soon as possible. Option C, have your vehicle inspected by a certified mechanic. Option D, attend a defensive driving course. The correct answer is, report the collision to the police as soon as possible. Explanation: if you're involved in a collision where someone is injured and you haven't exchanged details at the scene, it's a legal requirement to report the incident to the police promptly. This ensures that the incident is officially documented and that all necessary legal procedures are followed. Rule reference: Rule 286. This action is mandated by Rule 286 of the UK Highway Code, which specifies the procedures to follow after a collision. When parking at night on a road with a speed limit of 30 miles per hour or less, under which conditions are you allowed to park without lights? Option A, at least 10 meters, it means 32 feet, away from any junction, close to the curb, facing the direction of traffic flow, and in a recognized parking place or lay-by. Option B, anywhere on the road as long as there are street lights. Option C, only in designated parking bays regardless of position or direction. Option D, on the right side of the road facing oncoming traffic without any lights. The correct answer is at least 10 meters, it means 32 feet, away from any junction, close to the curb, facing the direction of traffic flow, and in a recognized parking place or lay-by. Explanation: according to the UK Highway Code, vehicles such as cars, goods vehicles not exceeding 2,500 kilograms laden weight, invalid carriages, motorcycles, and pedal cycles may be parked without lights on roads, or laybys, with speed limits of 30 miles per hour or less if they meet specific conditions. Rule reference: Rule 250. This is outlined in Rule 250 of the UK Highway Code, which states that vehicles may park without lights in specific conditions on roads with speed limits of 30 miles per hour or less. When reversing into a side road, what should you avoid doing? Option A, reversing from a main road into a side road. Option B, reversing from a side road into a main road. Option C, reversing into a parking space on the left side of the road. Option D, reversing into a driveway on the right side of the road. The correct answer is reversing from a side road into a main road. Explanation: reversing from a side road into a main road is discouraged due to the increased risk of collisions with oncoming traffic. The UK Highway Code advises against this maneuver to ensure safety for all road users. Rule reference: Rule 201. This recommendation is outlined in Rule 201 of the UK Highway Code, which advises against reversing from a side road into a main road due to safety risks. When approaching a steep downhill gradient, what should you do to maintain control of your vehicle? Option A. Keep the clutch depressed and coast down the hill. Option B. Shift to a lower gear and use engine braking. Option C. Turn off the engine to save fuel. Option D. Apply the handbrake intermittently. The correct answer is, shift to a lower gear and use engine braking. Explanation: engaging a lower gear when approaching a steep downhill gradient allows the engine to assist in controlling the vehicle's speed, reducing the need for continuous brake application and minimizing the risk of brake fade. Rule reference: Rule 160. This recommendation is consistent with Rule 160 of the UK Highway Code, which advises selecting a lower gear before descending a long downhill slope to help control speed. What is the maximum speed limit for a car towing a trailer on a single carriageway in the UK? Option A, 50 miles per hour. Option B, 60 miles per hour. Option C, 70 miles per hour. Option D, 40 miles per hour. The correct answer is 50 miles per hour. Explanation: on single carriageway roads in the UK, vehicles towing trailers are limited to a maximum speed of 50 miles per hour. This lower limit, compared to the 60 miles per hour allowed for cars not towing, accounts for the additional risks and handling challenges when towing. Rule reference: Rule 124. Rule 124 of the UK Highway Code specifies the maximum speed limits for various vehicles and road types. According to this rule, vehicles towing trailers are subject to reduced speed limits. When driving on icy or snow-covered roads, how much should you increase your following distance? Option A, 2 times the normal distance. Option B, 3 times the normal distance. Option C, 4 times the normal distance. Option D, 10 times the normal distance. The correct answer is 10 times the normal distance. Explanation: in icy or snow-covered conditions, stopping distances can be up to 10 times greater than on dry roads. Therefore, it's essential to increase your following distance significantly to maintain safety. Rule reference: Rule 231. This recommendation is in line with Rule 231 of the UK Highway Code, which advises that stopping distances can be 10 times greater in icy conditions. While waiting at a railway level crossing, the red lights continue to flash, but no train is visible. What should you do? Option A, proceed cautiously across the crossing. Option B, wait until the red lights stop flashing. Option C, sound your horn to alert others. Option D, reverse away from the crossing. The correct answer is, wait until the red lights stop flashing. Explanation: flashing red lights at a level crossing indicate that you must stop. Even if no train is immediately visible, the continued flashing suggests another train may be approaching. You should remain stationary until the lights stop flashing and any barriers are fully raised before proceeding. Rule reference: Rule 293. This advice is consistent with Rule 293 of the UK Highway Code, which emphasizes waiting until the red lights cease flashing and barriers are open before crossing. When turning into a side road and a pedestrian is waiting to cross, who has priority? Option A, the driver turning into the side road. Option B, the pedestrian waiting to cross. Option C, the driver approaching from the opposite direction. Option D, no one, it's shared responsibility. The correct answer is the pedestrian waiting to cross. Explanation: under the updated Highway Code rules, drivers must give way to pedestrians who are crossing or waiting to cross a road into which or from which they are turning. This change emphasizes the importance of protecting vulnerable road users by assigning them priority in such situations. Rule reference, Rule H2. This is specified in Rule H2 of the UK Highway Code. At a junction, you should give way to pedestrians crossing or waiting to cross a road into which or from which you are turning. On a 3-lane motorway, which lane should you normally use for driving? Option A, left-hand lane. Option B, middle lane. Option C, right-hand lane. Option D, hard shoulder. The correct answer is left-hand lane. Explanation: on a 3-lane motorway, the left-hand lane is designated for normal driving. The middle and right-hand lanes should be used for overtaking slower-moving vehicles. After completing an overtaking maneuver, you should return to the left-hand lane when it is safe to do so. Rule reference, Rule 264. This is specified in Rule 264 of the UK Highway Code. Keep in the left lane unless overtaking. Before reversing your vehicle, what safety checks should you perform? Option A, rely solely on your rearview mirror. Option B, depend only on your side mirrors. Option C, assume the area is clear and proceed. Option D, use all mirrors, check blind spots, and exit the vehicle to inspect if necessary. The correct answer is use all mirrors, check blind spots, and exit the vehicle to inspect if necessary. Explanation: prior to reversing, it's essential to conduct thorough safety checks. This includes using all mirrors to assess the surroundings, checking blind spots that mirrors may not cover, and if there's any doubt about potential obstructions, exiting the vehicle to inspect the area behind it. Rule reference, Rule 202. This practice is recommended in Rule 202 of the UK Highway Code, which emphasizes the importance of comprehensive observations before and during reversing maneuvers. While driving within the speed limit, a vehicle behind you is following very closely. How should you respond? Option A, increase your speed to create a gap. Option B, maintain your current speed and allow the vehicle to overtake when safe. Option C, brake sharply to warn the driver behind. Option D, move to the side and stop immediately. The correct answer is, maintain your current speed and allow the vehicle to overtake when safe. Explanation: when being tailgate, it's important to stay calm and continue driving at a steady, legal speed. Avoid sudden braking or accelerating, as these actions can increase the risk of a collision. By maintaining your speed, you enable the tailgating driver to overtake when it's safe to do so. Rule reference, Rule 126. The UK Highway Code advises maintaining a safe distance between vehicles to allow for adequate reaction time. Rule 126 highlights the dangers of tailgating and emphasizes the importance of keeping a safe distance to prevent collisions. You arrive at the scene of a motorcycle crash. The rider is unconscious and lying in the middle of the road. What's the first thing you should do at the scene? Option A, give the rider reassurance. Option B, move the rider out of the road. Option C, clear the road of debris. Option D, warn other traffic. The correct answer is, warn other traffic. Explanation: upon arriving at the scene of an incident, your initial action should be to ensure the safety of all individuals by warning other traffic. This helps prevent further collisions and creates a safer environment for both the injured person and those providing assistance. Rule reference, Rule 283. This approach is consistent with Rule 283 of the UK Highway Code, which emphasizes the importance of safety and contacting emergency services in the event of an incident or collision. At a zebra crossing, you notice a pedestrian waiting to cross. What should you do? Option A, continue driving. Pedestrians should wait for a gap. Option B. Stop and wave the pedestrian to cross quickly. Option C. Slow down but proceed if the pedestrian hasn't started crossing. Option D. Stop and allow the pedestrian to cross. The correct answer is, stop and allow the pedestrian to cross. Explanation: at zebra crossings, drivers must give way to pedestrians waiting to cross. Stopping ensures their safety and complies with traffic regulations. Rule reference: Rule 19. This is specified in Rule 19 of the UK Highway Code. You must give way to pedestrians on a zebra crossing and to pedestrians and cyclists on a parallel crossing. You observe a pedestrian carrying a white cane with a red band at the bottom. What does this signify? Option A. The person has a physical disability. Option B. The person has partial sight and hearing loss. Option C. The person is blind. Option D. The person is deaf. The correct answer is, the person has partial sight and hearing loss. Explanation: a white cane with a red band at the bottom typically indicates that the individual has some usable vision but also has hearing impairments. Recognizing this symbol helps drivers and other pedestrians exercise appropriate caution. Rule reference: Rule 207. This aligns with the guidance in Rule 207 of the UK Highway Code, which advises drivers to be particularly careful around pedestrians with hearing impairments, who may carry a white stick with a red band. You are driving on a motorway and suddenly realize you are in the wrong lane for your exit. What should you do? Option A. Continue in your lane and take the next available exit. Option B. Immediately swerve across lanes to take the exit. Option C. Stop and wait for a gap before changing lanes. Option D. Reverse carefully to get back into the correct lane. The correct answer is, continue in your lane and take the next available exit. Explanation: sudden lane changes can cause accidents, especially at high speeds on motorways. If you are in the wrong lane, do not attempt to cut across traffic. Instead, continue in your lane and exit at the next available junction. Rule reference: Rule 268. Rule 268 of the UK Highway Code advises that you should always follow the lane markings and only change lanes when it is safe to do so. A long vehicle in front of you is making a left turn but swings out to the right first. What should you do? Option A. Try to pass quickly on the left. Option B. Stay behind and allow it to turn. Option C. Flash your headlights and drive close behind. Option D. Sound your horn to warn the driver. The correct answer is, stay behind and allow it to turn. Explanation: large vehicles sometimes need to swing wide to make a turn. Do not try to overtake them on the inside as they might not see you. Stay back, give them space, and allow them to complete their turn safely. Rule reference: Rule 221. Rule 221 of the UK Highway Code advises drivers to be aware that large vehicles may take up more road space when turning and should not be overtaken when they are maneuvering. You see a horse rider on the road ahead. What should you do? Option A. Sound your horn to warn them of your presence. Option B. Pass quickly and closely to avoid delaying other traffic. Option C. Slow down, pass wide, and be prepared to stop. Option D. Flash your headlights to alert the rider. The correct answer is, slow down, pass wide, and be prepared to stop. Explanation: horses are unpredictable and can react suddenly to noise or movement. Drivers must slow down, keep a safe distance, and pass carefully. Startling a horse can result in an accident for both the rider and other road users. Rule reference: Rule 215. Rule 215 of the Highway Code advises drivers to pass horses wide and slow, never rev the engine, and avoid sudden movements or loud noises. You're driving on an icy road. How should you apply your brakes to stop safely? Option A. Press the brake pedal sharply to stop as quickly as possible. Option B. Use gentle, steady pressure on the brakes. Option C. Pump the brakes repeatedly to stop. Option D. Apply the handbrake firmly. The correct answer is use gentle, steady pressure on the brakes. Explanation: braking gently reduces the risk of skidding. If your vehicle has ABS anti-lock braking system, apply firm, continuous pressure to the brake pedal. If your car does not have ABS, pump the brakes gently to maintain control. Rule reference: Rule 231. Rule 231 advises braking gently and allowing extra time for stopping distances on icy roads. You must be able to read a vehicle number plate from what minimum distance in good daylight? Option A, 15 meters. Option B, 20 meters. Option C, 25 meters. Option D, 30 meters. The correct answer is 20 meters. Explanation: to ensure safe driving, you must be able to read a vehicle number plate from at least 20 meters in good daylight, or 20.5 meters for older style number plates. If you require glasses or contact lenses to meet this standard, you must wear them at all times while driving. Rule reference: Rule 92. Rule 92 of the Highway Code states that drivers must meet the required eyesight standards before driving and wear corrective lenses if necessary. You are driving on a motorway and need to slow down suddenly due to a hazard ahead. What should you do? Option A. Switch on your hazard warning lights. Option B. Flash your headlights repeatedly. Option C. Sound your horn continuously. Option D. Wave your arm to alert other drivers. The correct answer is switch on your hazard warning lights. Explanation: if you need to slow down quickly on a motorway, switching on your hazard warning lights can alert drivers behind you to the sudden hazard. This helps prevent rear-end collisions by giving other road users extra warning. Rule reference: Rule 116. Rule 116 states that you should use hazard warning lights to warn traffic behind you of a sudden hazard or slowing down, especially on motorways and dual carriageways. While driving in fog, what should you do to maintain a safe distance from the vehicle ahead? Option A. Stay close to the vehicle so you can follow its lights. Option B. Use full-beam headlights to see further ahead. Option C. Increase the gap between you and the vehicle in front. Option D. Drive faster to get out of the foggy area quickly. The correct answer is increase the gap between you and the vehicle in front. Explanation: fog reduces visibility and makes judging distances difficult. Increasing the gap allows more reaction time if the vehicle ahead slows down or stops suddenly. Driving too close can lead to collisions due to reduced stopping distances. Rule reference: Rule 234. Rule 234 advises maintaining a safe following distance in fog and being prepared for sudden stops or changes in traffic conditions. When driving near cyclists, what should you be particularly aware of? Option A. Cyclists may suddenly swerve to avoid obstacles. Option B. Cyclists always use hand signals before turning. Option C. Cyclists must stay as close to the curb as possible. Option D. Cyclists are required to ride in single file at all times. The correct answer is cyclists may suddenly swerve to avoid obstacles. Explanation: cyclists may need to swerve or change direction suddenly to avoid potholes, drain covers, or debris. Always leave plenty of space when overtaking and be prepared for unexpected movements. Unlike vehicles, cyclists do not always have the chance to signal before changing direction. Rule reference, Rule 211. Rule 211 advises drivers to be particularly careful around cyclists, as they may suddenly need to avoid hazards. When are you allowed to drive on a pavement? Option A. Only if no pedestrians are present. Option B. To avoid traffic congestion. Option C. When gaining lawful access to a property. Option D. When making a U-turn. The correct answer is when gaining lawful access to a property. Explanation: driving on a pavement footpath is generally prohibited to protect pedestrians. However, you may drive over a pavement when entering or exiting private property such as a driveway, but must do so carefully and give way to pedestrians. Rule reference, Rule 145. Rule 145 of the Highway Code states that you must not drive on or over a pavement, except to gain lawful access to property or in an emergency. How should you approach a mini roundabout? Option A. Drive over the central markings if it's quicker. Option B. Make a U-turn if you miss your exit. Option C. Pass around the central markings unless your vehicle is too large to do so. Option D. Always stop before entering, even if the roundabout is clear. The correct answer is, pass around the central markings unless your vehicle is too large to do so. Explanation: mini roundabouts work the same way as normal roundabouts, but with less space to maneuver. You must always drive around the central markings unless your vehicle is too large to do so. Making a U-turn at a mini roundabout can be dangerous and should be avoided. Rule reference, Rule 188. Rule 188 of the Highway Code states that all vehicles must pass around the central markings, except for large vehicles that cannot physically do so. Which type of driver is most likely to cause danger on the road? Option A. A driver who carefully observes road signs and markings. Option B. A driver who assumes others will always follow the rules. Option C. A driver who adjusts speed according to road conditions. Option D. A driver who keeps a safe following distance. The correct answer is, a driver who assumes others will always follow the rules. Explanation: driving safely requires anticipating potential mistakes from other road users. Assuming that everyone will follow the rules without question can lead to dangerous situations, as not all drivers, cyclists, or pedestrians act predictably. Rule reference, Rule 147. The Highway Code advises drivers to stay alert, anticipate risks, and never assume that others will always act correctly. You are driving in heavy rain and need to overtake a cyclist. What should you do? Option A. Overtake the cyclist with plenty of space. Option B. Stay close to the cyclist to complete the overtake quickly. Option C. Speed up to pass as soon as possible. Option D. Sound your horn to alert the cyclist before overtaking. The correct answer is, overtake the cyclist with plenty of space. Explanation: heavy rain can make the road slippery, and cyclists may need to adjust their position to avoid puddles or debris. Giving them extra space ensures their safety and reduces the risk of splashing them with water, which could affect their visibility and control. Rule reference, Rule 163. Rule 163 of the Highway Code states that drivers should give cyclists at least as much room as they would when overtaking another vehicle. Which of the following will provide the best protection against serious injury in the event of a crash? Option A. Wearing loose clothing while driving. Option B. A properly adjusted seatbelt and head restraint. Option C. Keeping both hands firmly on the steering wheel. Option D, sitting upright without leaning on the seat. The correct answer is a properly adjusted seatbelt and head restraint. Explanation: a well-adjusted seatbelt and head restraint are crucial for minimizing injury in a collision, particularly whiplash and other neck injuries. Loose clothing, proper hand positioning, and sitting posture can improve comfort and control, but do not provide direct crash protection. Rule reference: Rule 97. Rule 97 of the Highway Code emphasizes the importance of properly adjusting seatbelts and head restraints for driver safety. What can cause your vehicle's tires to wear out unevenly or excessively? Option A, a faulty air conditioning system. Option B, low levels of engine oil. Option C, incorrect tire pressure or misaligned wheels. Option D, a dirty windscreen reducing visibility. The correct answer is incorrect tire pressure or misaligned wheels. Explanation: uneven or excessive tire wear is often caused by incorrect tire pressure, misalignment, or suspension issues. Driving with the wrong pressure can reduce traction, affect fuel efficiency, and increase the risk of a blowout. Rule reference: Rule 90. Rule 90 of the Highway Code advises checking your vehicle regularly to ensure all parts, including tires, are in good condition to maintain road safety. You are parking your vehicle facing downhill. What should you do? Option A, leave the car in neutral and apply the handbrake firmly. Option B, turn the steering wheel towards the curb and apply the handbrake. Option C, turn the steering wheel away from the curb and leave the handbrake off. Option D, keep the wheel straight and rely on the handbrake. The correct answer is turn the steering wheel towards the curb and apply the handbrake. Explanation: when parking on a downhill slope, turning the wheels towards the curb ensures that if the vehicle moves, it will roll into the curb and stop rather than rolling into traffic. The handbrake should always be engaged, and in a manual car, leaving it in first gear or reverse can provide extra security. Rule reference: Rule 252. Rule 252 of the Highway Code states that when parking on a hill, drivers should use the handbrake and turn the wheels appropriately to prevent the vehicle from rolling.